Good morning. Hi, good morning. Linda Maguire here, and it's that time of year, it's the holidays, and I love Christmas music. I play through books and books of it and have quite a repertoire. And each year I try to learn new pieces. Now, I didn't have lessons when I was young. I started my lessons really when I went to Oberlin Conservatory of Music. And in 2 years I had become a piano major. So I had to sink or swim. And I learned early on that something that the brain science will explain, and I'd like to explain that to you today. So yes, I sight read pretty well. Finished pieces are a different story. So why does playing the piano look so easy? Because it is easy. And why is riding the bus so easy? Because we showed up at the bus stop. It's something like that. And so we don't have to drive the bus, we don't have to put the gas in, we don't have to control. All we have to do is put in the currency or the energy. Energy. So staying oxygenated is a huge part of brain health. One of the most important things I've learned in brain science and healthy aging brain science is the importance of oxygen. Staying oxygenated. That fuels the system. That keeps the system healthy. It feeds the mitochondria that are the nuclear power producing energy source in our brain. You'll find them in the clusters of hundreds in areas of high function. So how do we stay oxygenated? We just breathe deeply and hold that breath for a few seconds, let it out. Mindful meditation, that's how it starts. Yoga, that's how it starts. Relaxing, that's how it starts. Deactivating, boom, that's how it starts. So what's going on there? Once you fuel the brain and establish what I call the oxygen gradient, and so there's oxygen always that fuel is always available so that the brain can work and work and work and do it for you. So someone that came up to me yesterday, an older person, I've been wanting to play the piano all my life. Well, let's get you going on it. You go to the bus stop and you don't take a crazy ride out to, let's see, some people who know how to ride the bus can make it to Los Angeles and back. But for us, if you've never ridden a bus before, you're like, I think I'm gonna go to the end of the corner and come back and do that about 5 times, just to get the feel of the bus and to be comfortable, be able to trust it. It's kind of like that with music too. You need to have pieces that are appropriate. So this morning I'm learning a new piece by Mark Hayes, my favorite composer, arranger, Joy to the World. And the opening is a little challenging, and I'll have to spend some time as a musician to do that on my own. But getting into it, it's, there's a lot of familiar aspects of the rhythm and playing for me. For instance, I guess we'll get right into it. Let's do some music here. So, bum, 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 bum. Comes up next. What I just played, I'm pretty familiar with. I could pretty well play it. Now, mastering it, getting it into my system takes a few days. I don't have to control that. I just have to be present and plant the seeds for this piece to take a life of its own. So in my work, I study on a part of the brain called the cerebellum. It's about 40–50% of the brain cells are just in the back. It's about the size of smaller than the size of my fist. And it's become smaller and smaller. If you look at it in things like rats, it's pretty big. And they study the cerebellum because it's all motor and doing things in mazes and picking up stuff. It's all the motor, it's irregular verbs. Memories, a lot of memories, a lot of music memory is stored and planted, literally planted, because when I'm learning new stuff, a seed is planted and then roots begin in the neuron.